Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing geographical indications. When a customer purchases a Swiss watch, Scotch whisky, Australian wool, or the famous Bega cheese, they have an expectation that the product is representative of the traditional quality and reputation of its geographical origin. Consequently, members of the World Trade Organization, under the Agreement on Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights, enacted geographical indications. Geographical indications are defined in Article 22.1 of the TRIPS Agreement as marks which identify a good as originating in the territory or region or locality in that territory where a given quality, reputation, or other characteristics of the good is essentially attributable to its geographical origin. Fundamentally, a geographical indication identifies goods as originating in a specific region, communicating to the consumer that the product is of the quality, reputation, and characteristics of their geographical origin. A geographical indication protects the product against third-party reproduction, which are inconsistent with the standards, quality, or location of the geographical indication. Consequently, a watchmaker in Sydney cannot claim to a consumer that they have made a Swiss watch, as the standards and quality of the geographical indication of a Swiss watch will not be met. Geographical indications are an important tool to give prestige to the product, as consumers pay increasing attention to the geographical origin of products and care about specific characteristics present in the products they buy, as the place of origin suggests to consumers that the product will have a particular quality or characteristics that they may value, and in most cases are willing to pay more for. How do products qualify for geographical indication? In order for a product to qualify as a geographical indication, it has to have precise certain characteristics. For instance, in the case of Australian wool, it is produced with a certain type of sheep, coming from a specific area and produced or cultivated in a certain way. Then the industry or sector, in this case the farmers, must agree jointly on what will define the standards and quality of their geographical indication. Then the standards of the geographical indication must be applied for recognition by the state. In Australia, qualification and protection of geographical indications are regulated by legislation, certification trademarks, and consumer protection laws. Geographical indications for goods other than wine may be registered as certification trademarks under Part 16 of the Trademarks Act 1995, much like ordinary trademarks. The purpose of the certification trademark is to indicate that a product or service is certified as having met a specific standard. The standard that is required to meet could relate to its quality, its contents, the method by which it's made, or its geographical origin. Once trademarks are registered as certification trademarks, they can only be used on goods that have been produced in accordance with their rules. A certification trademark offers similar protection to that of trademarks. The use of geographical indications for wine and spirits is regulated by the Australian Wine and Brandy Corporation Act 1980, which regulates the use of both Australian and foreign geographical indications in relation to wine under the Australian Grape and Wine Authority. Under the Act, it is an offence if a seller, exporter or importer of wine sells, exports or imports it with a false description in relation to its geographical origin. Geographical indications are also protected under Section 18 of the Australian Consumer Law. The Australian Consumer Law protects geographical indications under the ambit of deceptive or misleading conduct. As in the course of trade, a product cannot mislead or deceive the consumer by making a false representation of geographical origin.